We're ready for our trip. And this is the bottom of my husband who's fixing the trailer. Goodbye, little house. We'll see you later. Okay guys, bye bye New York, see you later. We'll be back. As Arnold Schwarzenegger said, I'll be back. We'll definitely be back. Look at the car, it's fully loaded. We've got a trailer 6 by 12 feet behind us, bringing almost all of our stuff with us. And we're driving to Texas, to Dallas. It's a 24 or slightly over 24 hour drive, and our first stop tonight is going to be in Knoxville, Tennessee.
We're going to go through 3 or 4 new states on this road trip, which is always cool. We like to tick off the states that we've done little road trips through. As always, I've done a lot of research with this and read about other people's stories of traveling across multi-states in the US with a 6 by 12 U-Haul trailer. So yeah, we're not breaking any new ground here. A lot of people have done this sort of thing before, and some of the videos I have watched, people have been doing this kind of trip with like a Subaru station wagon, and smaller sort of vehicles than this one. So yeah, I don't think we have anything to worry about. The speed limit on the trailer, it says 55 miles an hour maximum speed limit, but everybody tells you that is not a strict rule. It's a guideline. You can go a little bit faster. I'm not working on setting any new land speed records. I just want to get there, and I figure if we sit on around 60, we'll be doing okay. The car is loaded down, both the back seat and the back part of the truck, and not with necessarily super heavy stuff, but it's fairly well jammed in there, and none of it is light really. The truck is still sitting very level, which is perfect. In fact, it was a little bit high at the back before the trailer got on. Then we loaded up the trailer, and they tell you to balance the trailer out so that 60% of the load is between the axles and the front of the trailer, and then the lighter stuff towards the back. So I did that as well as I could without having sort of guessing the approximate weight of stuff. And the trailer itself is like sitting tiny bit leaning towards the front, but then when the whole thing's hooked up on the car, it's just flat. It's like a very flat level load with still loads of suspension left in the back of the truck, and the trailer looks fairly sturdy. And having just driven a couple of miles now, we've literally just left home. Yeah, I mean, it feels really good. I can see already that it's going to be a little bit of a shock on the miles per gallon. I think we'd be lucky if we get 10 miles per gallon on this trip. So the gas is going to cost us a little bit. But
so the entire journey to Dallas is just under 24 hours. It's 1,500 miles, which is in kilometers about 2,500 kilometers. So Ross decided to break it into 3 days driving, which is, I think, the longest one is today, right?
Yeah, while we're freshest. Today being day 1 of the journey, we are, like Masha said, covering around 700 miles, which is going to take us through 6 states. So from New Jersey to Pennsylvania, and then West Virginia, actually after Pennsylvania, Maryland, then West Virginia, and Tennessee.
Alright, so one border down, that's the border with Pennsylvania.
5 to go.
5 to go, yeah. Pennsylvania is a beautiful state. We've been here so many times with friends and family, and just on occasional weekend trips.
We normally get around 20-21 miles per gallon just with Masha and I in the car when we're doing road trips. At the moment, we're currently, since we've left home, been driving for 2 hours now, we've been averaging 15 miles a gallon, which is, well, I'm very impressed with that.
It's so cold.
It's chilly.
Unbelievable. Yeah, we're only 2.5 hours away from New York, and the weather has changed drastically. Ooh, it's like winter.
I'm not dressed for this. I'm freezing.
And this is our first gas stop, yeah.
Yep, and this is it's $3.49 a gallon for anyone who's interested. Regular.
The taste of India, Indian food, found on I-81 on the way to
Taste of
Texas.
India. So we just crossed the border between West Virginia and Virginia, and now we are in Virginia, which is state number 4 of our 6-state road trip this time. You always learn a lot when you're driving down these highways. We crossed the border into Virginia and said, welcome to Virginia, and it told us that Virginia is known as the Purple Heart State because of its decision to actively recognize returned veterans and members of our US services who were awarded the Purple Heart for their conviction to serving the country.
Okay, so Rossi is getting a little bit tired. It's been 6 hours, coming up to 6 hours, so we are roughly about halfway there.
To Knoxville.
To Knoxville, yeah, in Tennessee, and it is currently estimating our arrival in Knoxville at 6:40 in the evening. Cold! We decided to treat ourselves to some naughty things like ice cream. And what else?
Kit Kat.
Kit Kat! So it says 317 miles left to Knoxville, where we're going to spend the night. And we have just filled up the tank, yeah?
And the tank says we have range of 378 miles, so we should make Knoxville without having to stop again.
Well, we have been stuck in this traffic jam now for the last 20 minutes. So that is going to delay us a bit, not by much so far, but depends on how quickly this traffic jam clears, really. Yeah?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, not much we can do except just stay in it and keep creeping along.
It's lovely outside, actually. It's fresh air, it's beautiful.
And the air temperature is like 15 degrees warmer than it was at the gas station.
Yeah, that's bad. But
that's pretty
thank
bad.
God people are alive. Looks like people are fine.
It doesn't look like any real big deal, but enough to block the road.
Well, all clear now, and we are continuing our way.
Let's go! Welcome to Tennessee.
Yay! We made it. We are in Tennessee. There are loads and loads of old cars here. Look at these and those, and there's more over there. And literally every pump is taken by someone, including us. You can see our U-Haul. So Rossi is getting some petrol. How much is gas? A regular? Oh, it's there, baby. $3.29. Yeah.
Probably like a car club and, going out on the run somewhere.
it to Knoxville. Wow, amazing. So it is, what time is it now? It is 7 o'clock, just after 7 o'clock in the evening.
7.
And we should be there in about
15 minutes.
15 minutes. So yay! And also I just checked what time the sun sets here in Knoxville, Tennessee. The sun is going to set at 8:53 tonight. So
nice, we've got another hour of sunlight.
Exactly. So we're going to stay at this Spring Hill Suites Marriott Hotel.
About one more foot.
You happy?
I am.
Was it hard?
No, I mean, it's always a little fiddly when you've got to try and get it into tight spaces. This isn't particularly tight, but it was still fiddly. But no, it's all good.
Beautiful sunset. And we're going to Texas Roadhouse for dinner. Morning, guys. It's a gorgeous day today. We slept well and just about to start the second part of our journey.
Just about ready to hit the road again. Today is traveling across the top of Tennessee into Arkansas, and we're going to go around Nashville and Memphis, which sadly we won't have time to explore this time. But when we live in Texas, it'll be a shorter drive to come and have a look at those places. Today's going to be about 8 hours driving, around 500 miles, which is around 900 kilometers. And we're fresh. And like I said, we staggered it, so today's a little bit less than yesterday, which was pretty big. Yep.
Not gonna lose it.
No, that's not going anywhere in a hurry. I gotta check the electricals.
Yeah. All working, I think.
Alrighty, looking good there?
Yeah.
Not gonna hit it?
No.
I went down to Nashville, a guitar in the back. I was gonna make it big, make money by the sack. Coming out of Tulsa, a waitress in a bank, a record label man came knocking one day with a paper in his.
I was just looking at the fuel economy. We're currently getting 14.2 miles a gallon, which is a little bit less than when we first started out. When we left home yesterday, we were averaging 15 miles a gallon, but then we hit the Blue Ridge Mountains and crossing the range there, and it went down to about 13 miles a gallon. But and we're still dealing with a little bit of elevation change here, and I suspect it'll get better because the further west you go, the flatter it is. All the mountains are down the east coast, and the west coast is not so much around the Midwest.
So it looks like this is the cheapest gas so far we have had.
Yeah, $3.14 a gallon.
Yeah, this is Exxon in Tennessee.
And maybe as we head west and get closer to Texas, it'll be the same or cheaper still, maybe. Who knows?
There it is, Nashville, Tennessee, the heart of country music of America.
While the getting is good, there's no reason not to. I really think you should just get while the getting is good. This is now or never.
Oh wow, Rossi, what river is this?
This is the Mississippi, the mighty Mississippi, the old miss, the old man.
Mississippi. So we crossed the old Mississippi and we're now in Arkansas, which is the final state for this leg of the journey. So we've got another just under 200 miles to go, and we'll stay at a place called, what is it called?
Arkadelphia.
Arkadelphia, here we come. 200 miles, and I think it's about 3 hours left for us to travel. Here we are, approaching our next stop, and the place is called, guess? Arkadelphia, there it is.
And that's the last stop of our journey. The next stop is home. Yay! Our new home in Texas.
Yeah. Morning, guys. Well, today we're starting our day with a little bit of a grey sky and rain, but at night it was so scary. It was one of those southern storms, thunderstorms, with lightning all night and really scary loud thunder, and it was so strong. The electricity in the hotel went off completely for about 3 hours. So it's a home stretch for us today. We've got about 270 miles to drive, and it should take us about 4 hours to get home, to get to Texas, our new home. So yeah, we've got severe storms warning for the final leg home today, as I mentioned, and we have seen quite a few fallen trees already. This is from the thunderstorm last night, which was quite scary, I must say. Rosie was sleeping through it.
As always, I slept through everything. So we just passed a sign that said Texarkana, 56 miles, and Texarkana is on the border of Texas and Arkansas. Maybe you could have worked that out by the name. Yeah, and Texarkana, 56 miles. Once we hit Texarkana, we're in Texas. Woo! That'll be like, the journey's not over yet, but Texas, that's our new home state.
I shone bright, then my journey was over.
Something that has surprised me, and in a very positive way, is how well this truck drives when it's fully loaded down, towing a fully loaded trailer. And also the trailer, I mean, if you are thinking of moving and you don't quite have enough stuff for a removal van or a moving company, these 6x12 trailers from U-Haul are just the most stable thing ever. I mean, there have been some parts of the journey where the roads were concrete, right? And the concrete or cement roads, they are built in sections, and where the sections join, you get the do-do-do-do-do-do-do as the tires cross them. And then, of course, because they're all separate pieces, sometimes they move. So a lot of the time you get this kind of bouncy thing going on as you're going do-do-do-do-do, because they're all slightly different levels. And apart from the fact that when the trailer hits those, it wobbles around too, and as it does that, the front part of the trailer lifts the back of the truck up a little bit, so the truck wobbling, when you're inside the truck, it wobbles a little bit more because of the trailer. But apart from that, it has been very smooth, very easy. I guess it helps that the truck is a very powerful vehicle, but the only thing you had to be aware of really was that you are so long and you're so heavy. So the heaviness comes into play when you have to brake suddenly. So the answer is try not to brake suddenly, drive way more cautiously, put more distance between vehicles, and then if you have to come to a stop, you don't ever get into a panic situation. But the length is something that, when you're turning corners, just like semi-trailers, you have to basically swing wide a little bit, and then Also, when you are thinking about parking, parking can be a little challenge. And the hotels that we picked, the 2 nights that we spent in two different hotels, I picked those based on the design of their car park. I had to find a car park that had car parking spaces that butted up against each other so that you could find 2 empty ones and just drive straight through. But other than that, it's been very cool. I wasn't scared or nervous, but I haven't done anything this big before. And yeah, it's been a breeze.
This is our first stop at a petrol station in Texas, and this is Exxon. Let's see, how much is gas here? $3.09.
This thing plays music. Come on, let's go.
Well, welcome to Texas.
I burned out like a wandering ember. I shone bright
This
in
is
my
our neighborhood. Look at this. So green and so beautiful. This is our new home.
It's very peaceful.
Very peaceful, yeah. Here we are, we made it, That was an awesome road trip. Completely new to us. We've never done such a big one with a U-Haul before.
Yeah, and with not all our belongings by any means, but certainly we're loaded down, and yeah, I'm just impressed with everything. The roads are just awesome. The truck performed amazingly. The trailer is the most stable thing I've ever towed before, and that is, that's saying something because it's full. It's like so loaded down. So yeah, impressed. And here we are, Euless.
Yes, reporting from our new home. Yeehaw!
for a price. In the end, what I found was nowhere near as nice. No matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home.